What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about the blood sacrifice of Jaydayoungan. Huh? The blood sacrifice of Jaydayoungan. So, if you don't know who that is, and yes, I know I'm a day, 2 days, on the verge of 3 days late on this video or whatever. And the reason why I'm not doing this on my main channel, because I'm clearly locked out of my main channel at the moment. So I just created this little backup channel to keep the grind going. You know what I'm saying? This shit don't stop. You feel me? But anyway, excuse me. But anyway, right? So Jaydayoungan, he's an American rapper from, I think he's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or he's from New Orleans, Louisiana. I think it might be Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? But a couple days ago, he was shot and killed. You know, and it's sparking a lot of controversy now. Don't get it twisted. There could be numerous reasons why this happened, right? Let's play devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? If you want to play devil's advocate, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know who he really was like that. Never really listened to his music. You know, he probably was, of course, in the street stuff. If you know about Louisiana, if you're from the Midwest, you know Louisiana is cracking out there, it's busting out there. Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying? New Orleans, Louisiana is cracking out there. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these places, but you know, some places is worse than others. You know what I mean? You know, but anyway, apparently somebody pulled up on him, shot him up. Apparently shot up his dad or whatever, right? Now, of course, you know anything about gematria. He was killed by the numbers. You know, shout out Zachary K. Hubbard. You know, Gematria Sports News, Gematria Effect News 24. Shout out to Call Me Kinfolk. And shout out to Dwayne McClain. He be talking about this shit, you know, every now and then too. You know, but the thing is yes, he was killed by the numbers and all that shit. We know it was a ritual. But like I said, over here, we like to get into the metaphysical, spiritual side of things, right? Like I always say, this stuff is the same playbook. It's the same playbook. It's the same playbook. They do all the new rappers like this. And they do the old rappers even worse. You know what I'm saying? They do them even worse. Like the old rappers, the old entertainers, the old actors and actresses and shit like that. They get it even worse. You see what I'm saying? But the new dudes, they get it just as bad too because one, they new, and they get tricked by the devil to sell their soul. See, like I said, on my main channel, King603Joey, go check me out. I got 12K subs. I've been shadow banned on there for damn near like 2 years. They had me stuck at 12K for damn near 2 years. You know what I mean? They don't want my numbers to rise because they don't want my voice to get out there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm currently locked out my current channel, so I can't upload. I haven't uploaded in like what? It's like 3 weeks. Damn near a month. Excuse me. And the thing is, last video I did on my main channel, I was talking about how people like to trick you and recruit you into going to the Church of Satan or trick you into participating in Satanism. A lot of this shit happened with these rappers. And I'm not just saying it because it's like the whole Hollywood shit and all that. A lot of rappers never even make it to Hollywood physically. You know what I mean? But the shit does go on in Hollywood, of course. But just to state that a lot of rappers don't even make it to Hollywood. You know what I mean? So it ain't even necessarily a Hollywood thing. It's more just like a music industry, entertainment business industry type of thing. Excuse me. Not sure how old he was. He probably was like what, 23 or something like that, 24, some shit like that. I have to go back and look at the article. I'm not too for sure, so don't quote me on that. But they do these rappers always the same. See, they trick these rappers, and it's the same playbook. You got Juice World, rest in peace, Juice World. You know what I'm saying? You got Pop Smoke, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. You got motherfucking Neighborhood Nip, rest in peace, Neighborhood Nipsey. You feel me, Nipsey Hustle. Who else, man? You got the Let's Go on XXX Tentacion. Man, we can keep going on with this shit, bro. Fredo Santana, motherfucking who else? FBG Doug, rest in peace, FBG Doug, FBG Cash, rest in peace, FBG Cash, etc., etc., etc. Bro, we can keep going on, bro. Chinks Drugs, motherfucking, bro. It's so many I can't even name. Lil Peep, nigga. Who else? Mac Miller, bro. We can keep going on with this shit, bro. I'm not even about to keep naming people, but just to give you a little diversity, you feel me? With this shit. Yes. All them people I named were sacrificed. And what usually happens is, because a lot of people, they make videos about this shit, they get the little quick views from the clickbait and shit like that, but they don't really go in depth with this shit. See, I'm one of the 4 founders of this blood sacrifice Illuminati conspiracy shit on YouTube. Got a few dudes who paved the way, like Tiario. Shout out to Tiario. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be lying if I didn't say he didn't pay the way, because he been doing this shit before me. He one of the people that inspired me to do this shit. Then you got Unc L, the 13th son. He used to touch on the blood sacrifice stuff to give you perspective on it. You know what I mean? And it was other people too, but it wasn't that many people really touching on it. And then I jumped into it, and I made a lot of leeway with the shit. That a lot of people start copying my style from there. You feel me? Point blank, period. Or flattery is the best compliment. They're not copying you; they're just inspired by you. Well, just say that then. How about that? You see what I'm saying? But it don't really make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers know the real from the fake, or at least I would hope so. Then, like I said, you got a few new channels now. Like, well, Zachary K. Hubbard always been around, so he one of the forefathers of this shit too. You know what I mean? And then you got people like Call Me Kinfolk who just started to come around. You know what I mean? To touch on this Illuminati shit and reap the benefits off of it. Which, like I said, I'm not mad at him like that, because he, you know, he do a good job of shit. You got Dwayne McClain. You know, he came around like a little bit later. You know, to reap the benefits off this shit. You know what I mean? But really, I'm one of the forefathers of this Illuminati conspiracy shit. And I've just been shadow banned, you know what I mean? Because my voice too powerful. And I'm not saying those brothers' voice is not powerful. I'm not taking that away from them. Just letting you know. Just go do your history. This shit time stamped. You feel me? But anyway, a lot of people always talk about this shit, but they never go in depth with it. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, it's gematria on this shit. 100%. There's gematria on this shit. 100%. But like I said, over here we doing metaphysical, spiritual. And if you pay attention, all those rappers I named, they all had like a good 1.5 year, two year run. Like, no, I'm saying it wrong. They had like a 1.5 year run or a 2 year run. Sometimes even 2.5 year run. Oh yeah, I forgot about King Von. Rest in peace, King Von. Did him the same way. You know what I'm saying? King Von had like a good 2 year run. You know what I mean? And I personally think that was a fluke too. Excuse me, wrong place, wrong time, whatever. But nevertheless, still happened. It's fucked up. It's fugazi. So a lot of these people, they get tricked, or they in bad positions, because that's how Satanists like to work. You know what I'm saying? Or Luciferians or whatever, same shit. They what they do is they in a bad predicament, like they from the ghetto, they from the hood. Oh yeah, Mo 3. Can't forget about Mo 3. Rest in peace, Mo 3. You know, they get tricked, you know, like We know you hungry. We know you starving. You tired of eating ramen noodles. You know what I mean? You in the trenches. Yeah, we know you got talent, all that type of shit. But, you know, we want to give you a deal. Woo, woo, woo. A lot of these people don't even read the deal. They just take the money. Like, fuck it. I'd rather just do the 360 deal and take the advance money and still be on. But the whole time they don't know that when you take them bogus type of deals, the sole contract you make with the devil is only about a year and a half, 2 years. So they thinking they finna be balling for eternity. The whole time they finna be falling for eternity. You see how deep this shit go? You see what I'm saying? They sign a deal thinking they finna be on forever and all this shit. Then they end up dying miraculously or spontaneously or just so-called randomly. But it's really all by the numbers. It was all set up. Meaning that the elites or whatever, people who sign you to your deal. Now, I'm not telling nobody out there not to sign a record deal or not like that. But know what you sign at. If you can, try to get a lawyer to read that shit. Or if you represent yourself, whatever, try to go through that shit. And if a person don't even want to let you even read the contract and go through the contract, you know it's some bullshit. Cause you got some motherfuckers that'll be like, man, you ain't gonna take this shit, bro. You ain't gonna sign this. You know what I mean? But you try to make sure you good at the end. But you got motherfuckers out here like that. You gotta actually read the contract because they don't want you to really see that they fucking you over. You know what I'm saying? But if you believe in yourself that much to the fact where you think a 360 deal will help you for now, and you get 500K up front or $1 million up front, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta believe in yourself and have that work ethic to make that money back, or you just gonna be in debt. And when you get in too much debt, it's usually knock you off because you worth more dead than you is alive. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these people, like I said, they sign these little bogus deals, but they don't know. And I'm not saying everybody out there is giving people bogus deals. No, it's actually people out there that's giving you fair deals. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Just like Yuckmouth said with Empire. He said a lot of people said Empire sacrificing they label, they artists and shit. It may look like that, but he's actually on Empire record label. So he actually knows. So I don't necessarily think that that's what was happening. I just think that, you know, since Ghazi's giving people 50-50 record deals at Empire, he actually giving them a fair shot. They just getting caught lacking by haters or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Some fucking hater or some shit. You know what I mean? They just get caught in a bad position and boom, and it just looked like that. That's what I personally think on that one. But then again, it could be some foul play too. But this is somebody that's actually on a record label, and he's saying that he know that guys are giving people 50-50 deals. So, you know what I mean? Can't necessarily be that. So I personally think, but a lot of these people, like I said, they sign a bogus deal just because they're in a bad predicament. That's how these Satanists work. You know, they know you're not gonna really read the contract. You know, you're just trying to get some type of light on your music or some type of way to get yourself out that position. They sign them over, and they don't, a lot of them don't figure it out to the end that they sold for pennies on a dollar, literally, and that they signed a soul contract with the devil, and then as you know, they sacrificed, and it's only been like a year and a half, 2 years. It's the same playbook. It's the absolute same playbook, you know. And get these people in these fucked up positions, let them get a little taste of fame. Boom, sacrifice them, get them out the way, and get the next one. Sacrifice them, get them out the way, get the next one. And the ones that is surviving longer and shit like that, they, of course, they negotiated a better deal, or they actually going through with the rituals, and they actually still, you know, sacrificing to Satan on a regular day basis for them to stay alive. Because once, if you don't feed the demons, then the demons get you. A lot of these artists too, you know, they figure out what they got to do, and then they either be like, I'm tired of doing this shit, I don't want to do this shit, I'm gonna just sacrifice myself because I don't want to give no friend up or no family member, I'm gonna just sacrifice myself. Or they say, you know what, I'm tired of doing this shit, they gonna just come and get me anyway, and then boom, they end up sacrificed like that too. Or they could be put up on a chopping block by multiple people too, you know, just like Total Drama Island. That's another way too, where a lot of people could just be like a shared sacrifice. Like a lot of people in the industry, you know, be like, okay, I won't. We all agree that we're gonna sacrifice this person, just so we can all have a little bit more life force or time left on us type shit. You know what I mean? Like it's shit deep though, but that's what I personally think though. So, you know what I mean? So wake the damn up. More videos coming soon.